Hello, everybody. This is Betsy Walker, and I am here to just film just a general get up, get going in the morning type video. And I want to share with you what I do to keep me going in the morning and to actually make my body feel better after I get out of bed. So my 52-year-old body has been through lots of ski crashes, lots of just accidents, bike accidents, whatever, throughout the years. And so I do wake up with some pain, and I want to just kind of give you guys some hope that sometimes you can actually work through your own stuff and get going very quickly in the morning and feel great. So that's what I do. The first thing I do is actually I work my eyes. So your eyes are a big part of your system, and getting them working first is very important because a big part of your brain has to do with your eyes. So the first thing I do is I take a pencil with something on it that I can focus on. I put it in front of my face and I bring it in and out, right? So what I'm doing is getting my eyes to team and focus together, and then they kind of go away. So this is something that we all need to be able to do. And this is a real calming thing for the body as well. So when our eyes are working well, our body is calm and our mind is calm. So this is the first thing I do in the morning, my eyes. And typically I do several eye exercises. So one I really like after that one is to do circles. So I'll take the pencil and I will circle it around. Now I'm only moving my eyes and not my head, hopefully. That's what I want to do, is just move my eyes. And I'll probably do 5 to 10 times in each direction. So I'll switch directions, moving my eyes only. You want to have really good posture when you're doing this, standing up straight. All right. And then bring it back in. So those are a couple eye exercises I do. There are many others, but those are some of the ones I hit quite often. And the other thing I like to do is just test my balance. So in the morning, I'll stand on one leg. You can just touch a wall. You can go to one foot and just stand there. Notice the quality of your balance. And then you can go to the other side. Notice the difference from side to side, right? So this might be easy for you. It might be hard. If it's really hard, you feel like you're going to fall over, you can do 2 other kinds of stances. What you can do is you can stand with your feet totally together, squeeze your inner thighs, and try your balance that way. Try closing your eyes, and you'll see how well you balance. The other thing you can do is step one foot in front of the other. So your toe is touching your heel, and notice your quality of balance there. All right. So those are a couple things that you can do just to test your balance. Now, if it's super easy, you can try moving your arms, try moving your head, those kind of things. That'll give you a little more challenge. The next thing I'm going to do is actually work my vestibular system. So I want to work this inner GPS system so that it will keep me balanced during the day. It also calms my nervous system and allows my brain to have a better map of my body. So, and know where it is in space. This is very important in order for our brain to calm down so that we have full access to our muscles and our joint systems. So what I guess I can give you is try something that is a little bit challenging, but not so challenging you're going to fall over. Okay. So for me, having one foot in front of the other, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move our head. So like I said, you don't want to fall over. So I'm just going to move my head up and down a few times. You can do that as many times as you want. You can move it side to side, like so. And you can move it in diagonals. I'll go to the other diagonal. And that is challenging for me because I start to feel like I'm wobbling side to side. All right. So if you feel dizzy or sick when you do this, that is what's called a stress response. It means that you really need to work on your vestibular system. So if you need to calm yourself, sit down, go ahead and do that. And at the end, I'll show you how to do a calming exercise so that you can actually reset yourself after that. So we did eyes, then we're going to do vestibular, and now we're going to do some joint things, okay? So these are some really great things that help me, and there's many different exercises I can offer, but I'm just going to show you what helps me. So I have a lot of neck and shoulder stuff, and I also have an SI joint that bothers me. So I kind of like to work shoulders first thing. So I'm going to take my arm out to the side just a little bit, like a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to slide my shoulder blade away from my spine and pull it back. So I'm not working through my elbow, I'm working through the shoulder. So I'm going to do that a few times, and then I'm going to circle it up, back, down, and around. Doing that in a circle a few times, you can go the other direction. All right. And there's several positions you can do this in. So this is 45. You can do straight out to the side. Do those. You can do straight up and down and circle that. And then you can take it straight down, or you can take it across your body. Okay. So those are some different things for shoulder. Then after you've done that, you can reassess and retest your balance and just kind of see where you're at. You know, is it easier to move your head and balance? Or maybe just balance and don't move your head. So it's always good to kind of reassess and see. If things get easier, it means your body is liking it. It's doing, you're doing good work. If your body says, no, I don't like this, it means that you have to work on that some. So the next thing I like to do is I like to work my ribs, all right? So my rib cage can move side to side and then forward and back, right? So it's not dumping my head forward, it's bending my spine, right? So I'm bending my spine forward and then lifting my chest up. All right, so it's shifting side to side, forward and back. We can add breath to it. So you inhale into the side, inhale into the back, back. Okay, inhale into the back. As you exhale, lift the front. Inhale into the back. Exhale, lift the front. Okay, then what we could do is the circle. So we're going to go forward, circle it around, up and back. Okay, just working that upper part of your spine, that's your thoracic spine, and doing it the other direction. All right, so that is a good mobilization for the thoracic spine. And then again, if you want to retest your balance, I encourage you to do that. See how your body likes that. All right. Another thing I love to do is working my pelvis. All right, because I had, like I said, numerous ski injuries, some problems with low back disc herniation, and then also SI joints. So it's really important for me to do some pelvis stuff. So what we want to do here is we want to if I can get farther away, there we go. We want to tuck the pelvis under and then take the tailbone out a little bit. But this is a very small move. So you put your hand in your low back, you shouldn't feel that spine there moving. You want to just very slightly move the pelvic bones, all right? So they're opening in the back when you tilt the tailbone back. When you tuck it under, that's what we call sits bones go together, and it flattens here a little bit. So just little baby movements like that, all right? And you can put one hand on the front of your pelvis and one in the back and just kind of feel that little bit of movement. Or you can put your hand underneath your low back and see, okay, am I moving my spine or am I moving my pelvic bones? And it's not a lot of movement, right? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to shift one hip up and then the other. So really just working from the pelvic halves. All right, it's not a huge movement. I'm actually probably moving just to show you a little bit more which direction I'm going, but I shouldn't really even be moving this much. So it's very, very slight. And then we're going to do what's called a pelvic like bowl. All right, so you're going to circle it around, making a circle like a small hula hoop circle. All right, like that. All right, so that actually helps some of the neck, right? So I like to just move my neck left to right. Notice how it feels, quality of movement. typically from about this time, my neck starts feeling a little looser, all right? Because I do get some tight neck muscles. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lunge. So I'm going to lunge forward. Let's see, I need to even have more space here so you can see me better. So we're going to lunge forward. Now you're going to be working the straight leg behind you. So really reach that heel down to the floor. And what we're going to do is you're going to circle the pelvis around just a little bit. Circle the pelvis there and then back around. You only need to do like 3 reps of this, okay? And we'll switch sides. So press, stepping out into a lunge. All right, the straight leg behind you is locked out. And we're just going to circle the pelvis around 3 times each direction. Okay, and then what I like to do is I like to do a little squat. So I'm squatting down and standing up. Thinking about just moving the pelvic bones again, letting those pelvic bones open in the back as you squat, and then they close and open and close. All right, so I like to retest balance at this point. So I'm going to step in my front to back stance where I have one foot, one heel up to the other toe. And pretty much for me, I'm fairly good balance like this. So I like to challenge myself and I'll move my head in a diagonal because that's typically what challenges me. And I'm already starting to feel a little better in my balance. So I know that these are all good for me. So that's a good way for you to test if you'd like to. The next thing I like to do is go down to the ankles. So what you're going to do is you're going to step one foot in front, okay? But you're going to have weight equally on both feet, actually maybe a little bit more in the front foot. And what you're going to do is you're going to, and let me switch feet so you can see. You're going to stand on that front foot a little bit more, and then you're going to roll the ankle outwards. Roll it and roll it. So I'm moving actually the whole femur a little bit, but the target is right here in my ankle, right there. Rolling it over like you're kind of turning your ankle. All right, so that's an outside ankle tilt. And what we're going to do is we're going to step out like so, and we're going to roll that ankle inwards. Okay, and typically what I would do, I would test each of these and see if it was good for my balance. All right, and then you'll do that on the other side. So I'm going to do the second one. Do it from the front this time. So you're going to roll the ankle outwards, standing good amount of weight into my front foot. Leg is straight. And then we're going to step side to side. And we're going to roll that ankle inwards. Outside the foot comes up. Right? And then you want to, this is my front to front stance. You're going to want to retest balance. So I'm actually moving my head now. And you can see how well I'm balancing. All right, I could also try that on one foot. See how that works for me. You can see it's a little harder because my ankle's having to work, so I'm changing directions. All right, so I've got one more exercise here to show you for feet, and that is, it's called a toe pull, okay? So what I do is I put my foot on a mat, or you can also put it on a pad or a pillow or something. I take it back and I'm stretching the top of my foot. So what I'm after is these bones in here on the top of my foot, right there, okay? So I'm gonna take it back and stretch the top of the foot. So I'm pushing down into the mat and then bending my knee forward. First pressing down. Now you may get a cramp in the foot, just do this and stretch it out. This should not hurt, right? It should just be a gentle stretch. Might be a little bit more than gentle at first, right? And then stretch it out if you need to. Again, you want to do that on the other foot. See, I'll turn around so you can see this foot. I'm going to press it down and up and down So like I said, you only need 3 or 4 reps. And then you want to retest. So I'll go back to my single leg and start moving my head. And just notice, does it seem easier to stand there and do this? Now, the other thing is, if this is super easy for you, you can try all of these things with your eyes closed. So now I've got my body warmed up. I'm going to just do some twists here, twisting my body. Maybe a few side bends. Let my body reach and stretch first. So reach and then side bend, and reach and then side bend. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some warm up of our abdominals. All right, so I'm going to have you sit tall, like you're sitting up on mountain peaks, those bones underneath you, or your sits bones. You're going to sit up there, and I'm going to have you take your hands behind your legs, right? You're not going to hold onto your legs and tense your neck, but you are going to relax your shoulders and then just give yourself a little bit of a hug so you actually feel some work underneath the armpit. All right, so what I'm going to have you do is inhale to the nose and exhale, draw your belly button back. So you have a little bit of a curl. Inhale through the nose and exhale, curl yourself forward. Inhale, stack. Exhale, hollow the belly back. Exhaling as much as you can all the way out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, hollow the belly back. So you're pulling your belly button back as you exhale, rounding yourself forward, and then stacking your spine and getting tall, growing tall through the crown of your head. Inhale through your nose and exhale, hollow the belly back, curling back. Now, if you're okay to do it, you can let go of your hands and just hold this here, right? So I'm using my abdominals to hold me there. I'm keeping a scoop in my belly and I'm breathing. So I'm not losing that contraction as I breathe, right? So inhale through the nose and exhale. This time I'm going to come up. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, hollow the belly back. I'm contracting back to come forward, rounding, 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 and then stacking my spine, right? So this time we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale, curling back. Holding there, okay? So you got some contraction going on there. It's working. You're going to lift one leg. Hold it. And then put it down and lift the other leg. So we're just going to do this for a few, marching those legs, feeling the front of the thigh work a little bit to lift that. That's normal, but the belly is still working. It's still pulling back, still rounding. If you're feeling this in your lower back, not feeling good, you should come up, okay? So I'm still pulling back through my belly, even though I'm talking. All right, you don't have to talk, and I do. So inhale through your nose here. Exhale, hollow and curl back. Back up, stacking the spine. All right, so this is the challenge, okay? This is for people as you get better at this. You can go back and do those same things again if you want, rewind it. But as you get better at this and you want to really challenge your abdominals, I'm going to have you do this. Inhale through your nose, exhale, curl back. This time we're going to inhale and rotate and exhale. Inhale and rotate the other way. And exhale back. Inhale and exhale. Do 4 of these. Inhale through here, nose. Exhale, hollow to curl back. Now, if you're doing these and you get tired, what I want you to do is just grab behind your legs here, right? In that first position I had you, and just help yourself a little bit. So you can keep the contraction, you can keep getting stronger, but you have a little bit of help, right? This is also great for moms that have had babies and they have the diastases in their abdominals. This is a really great position to support yourself, so you can keep, strengthening those muscles and not damage it any further. All right, so we're going to do one more really hard one. Okay, so this is for my more advanced people. You're going to inhale and exhale, curl back, holding it there. You're going to bring one leg up to tabletop. And then we're going to bring the other leg and we're going to balance. Make sure you're exhaling and balancing as you hollow the belly. You can hold this here, or you can straighten your legs. This is what we call teaser, all right? Squeeze those inner thighs, point the toes, hold it there. Big time work on the inner thighs and the hip flexors here. Bring one leg to tabletop, then the other. Inhale and exhale, put one down, and then the other. Inhale here, exhale, hollow to come back, and stack your spine. All right, so we can go into a little, we call a diamond position. This is kind of nice. It releases things a little bit for you after you feel your hip flexors. All right, so that is a nice, tough exercise for your abdominals. I'm going to do one more for your legs that really gets people strong quickly. It's really supportive for the knees. I'm going to change this angle here so you can see me. No, you can see. There we go. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to lie on your side, okay? And you can put your head down, or you can be on your elbow. Okay, I'm going to be on my elbow. And you want to lift from under here, all right? So we're lifting the side. You're going to extend the leg out, right? So your legs should be going straight out from your body, and your pelvis should be stacked one on top of the other one. The front two bones here should be right on top of each other. What we're going to do is lift and lower that leg. Really reach that leg long so you have a length from here to here. And we're just moving the leg. You'll feel this in the back. The butt, lift and lower. All right, so you want to do about 10 of those and start to really feel that work. You can take it behind you and then just draw little circles. Imagine you're painting on the wall at the tip of your toe and then switch directions. And we're going to take the leg forward and back. I'm going to flex my foot as I go forward. I'm going to point my foot as I go back. Flex and point and flex. Working at keeping my chest very lifted, my abdominals on, my head long. And I always like to take the leg back and just stretch my quad here. Now, if this is harmful for your knee, please don't do it. But this is always a nice stretch. My people in class love this. All right, so then we're going to switch and do that on the other side. Flipping over, make sure you're even. When you're on your elbow, make sure you're pushing out of the floor so you're not sunken in like this, but you're lifted. You're lifting from under here. Again, your pelvis bones are stacked, one top on the other. You're reaching the leg long, right? So what we're going to do is just lift and lower. Chest is lifted. And we're doing about 10 of those. Starting to feel it in the glute a little bit. Take it behind you and do baby circles. And switch directions. Okay, and then we're going to take it forward, flexing the foot, pulling those toes towards your shin, pressing it back, right? Forward and back, drawing in the abdominals, helping to stabilize, flexing and pointing, and flexing and pointing, flexing and pointing. And we'll do about 8 to 10 of those. Should be feeling it by now, hopefully. And reach it back, grab your ankle and stretch your quad. Really think of pressing a little bit into that hand, getting a little contraction and then releasing and pressing. Release again, push up out of that shoulder. I was getting a little lazy there. Pushing and releasing. all fours here. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are right underneath your hips. You want a 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee and at the armpit, right? So I'm not sure how it looks in the camera. Hopefully it's, there we go. All right, so that looks pretty what I'm looking for here. So you're gonna push out of your hands, like you're pushing the floor away, and think of the work coming from underneath the blades and the armpits. So the shoulder blades are drawing down and the armpits are working. Your head is drawing long towards the wall in front of you, and your tailbone is lengthened out. All right, so you might feel like you have a little bit of sag in the low back. That's okay. That's just that's a little bit of the curve in your lower back. Now, keeping that curve, I want you to exhale, pull your belly button up and in without moving your back. A lot of people round when they do that. You want to keep your neutral position, your natural curve, and exhale and draw the waist in. So right around the middle. Inhale through your nose and exhale, draw it in. Almost like you had a belt you're cinching across the front of you. So that's what you want to do. From there, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you round your back. So I start by tucking your tailbone in under, keeping your upper body still, and then let your tailbone go out. And then round the lower back and let the tailbone go out. And round that lower back and let it go out. So we're just tilting the pelvis back and forth, frontward and backwards. This time, I'm going to have you go back to that neutral place, right, where the back is a little bit saggy and the low back, and then draw your waist up and in. So you've got support from the front. Now what we're going to do is you're going to take one arm out and reach it. You got to balance on that one hand, and then take the opposite leg behind you and balance there, right? So you want to try and keep your balance on top of that knee, top of that arm. Hold it for a few. And then we can move it in and press it out, and move it in and press it out, and move it in and out, and in and out. Hold it, and then come back. We will switch to the other side, all right? So you're gonna push up and out, reach the arm in front of you, pushing out of the floor, take the leg behind you, reach out and hold it. Holding, holding, holding. Check in with your belly. You're still drawing your belly up and in. All right, we want to keep that leg long and straight, pointing that toe, and then bring the leg in and press it out, and bring it in and press it out, and bring it in and press it out, and bring it in. Press it out and hold it, hold it, hold it. You want to be as long as you can, straight leg, and then come in and rest. This is a nice time to sit back into child's pose and reach in front of you, stretching your shoulders a little bit. Come on up. So you take the pencil and you're standing up, good posture, and you're going to do this in and out again. And just reset your eyes. So this is a really great thing to do just at the end of the class. So I hope this was helpful for you, a nice little warm-up, morning warm-up to work on a few places in your body. So we got your nervous system all ramped up, ready to go, eyes, vestibular system, and then your joint system. We did a little bit of movement in the different joints. And then we worked some abdominals. Everybody wants to have good, strong abdominals. And then we worked a little bit of hips, our pelvis. And then we worked our arms and some more core. So hopefully those exercises will help you stay strong during these crazy times that we're in now. And please let me know if you're liking this, or if you have any comments and you'd like to see some other things. I'll be happy to see what I can do for you. So have a great night, and till the next time, here's to your health.